What's going on with the Fire Stick?
Sometimes server has been died because many people access at the same time. Sorry for inconvenience.
Hi everyone, just diving into the Bitcoin chart. As you can see, it broke that level that I said yesterday, which was the upside of the breakout of the cup and handle. Actually smashed through that. It found a little bit of resistance at the original target of 44.830. So it found a little bit of resistance there, but eventually it smashed through that and it went up way above my price target there, which was the top of the bull flag, which was the same extension as the flagpole that we did. It's there, but then it went through. But as you can see, it's actually come back down, tested my original price target of the flagpole, and then went back up again, and now it's testing it again as support. So the question is, can Bitcoin find some support at this price level, or will it now just roll over? Well, Bitcoin, what happened yesterday for Bitcoin was unbelievable. It changed Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin has changed and transformed immediately from this speculative mamas and poppers outfit asset to industrial companies, Fortune 500 companies, the richest man in the world, one of the most popular automobile companies in the world, investing into it. And that's only going to open the floodgates to more potential investment into Bitcoin and, in my opinion, the entire crypto space. You know, we're still in the infancy. I think the whole market cap of the crypto market cap, which we'll take a look at now, the whole market cap is still priced at 1.38 trillion. You know, and you've got projects like Bitcoin in there, Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, XRP, which I still believe is a great product. Chainlink, that's a revolutionary product. The more you research that, the more you get into it. And then you've got all these DeFi things popping up, like the DeFi exchanges, Uniswap, SushiSwap, 1inch, etc., etc. The list goes on. So they're all up and coming projects with great fundamentals and, you know, background and development strategies moving forward. So it's an exciting space, guys. As you can see, the market today is just dipping slightly. It's bound to dip. It, you know, it's a bit exhausted. It would have been a good place to place to short the top. I actually, to be honest with you, I did short this position just here. Just here, I shorted this level as it broke out because I did think it would hit that level and come down. But as I remained in the short, and it actually went back up. I should have took the profit, I know, but it was just a bit of a test. But anyway, that didn't pay off, and I lost a few dollars there, shorting the market. But hey ho, we live and we learn. But anyway, what is next for Bitcoin? You know, you can see here on the 15-minute time frame, it is finding some level of support at this level that I did say that it would spike up to yesterday. I'm just going to zoom out on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, yesterday was the biggest daily candle in Bitcoin's entire history, and there's no question as to why. You know, yesterday we went up 23%, and that's insane. It went up something like $7,000 yesterday, and that is probably just the start of what's going to happen to Bitcoin. You know, that's just one company announcing that they've gone into Bitcoin, i.e. Tesla. What happens when Apple announce, or Google, or any of those trillion-dollar companies announce that they've taken Bitcoin under asset management? You know, Bitcoin's going to absolutely rocket, and obviously the entire crypto space. So it's extremely bullish for Bitcoin and crypto in general. What happened yesterday, it's superb, fantastic. But just looking at the 4-hourly chart, this was observed by the moon. Basically, we could have been forming a larger cup and handle on the 4-hourly time frame. You look, something like that's the cup. Okay, that's the handle. And then this is the neckline of the cup. And just like we had a smaller cup and handle play out on the 15-minute time frame, this is the 4-hourly time frame. Since the previous all-time high, could have just been one big cup and handle. And so to measure that, we go from the center of the neckline of the cup, We go all the way down, say to the bottom there is roughly there, and then we move that to the initial breakout, and that gives us a target. So that gives us a target. If this cup and handle plays out on the 4 hourly, obviously it's not going to play out immediately, but if it plays out on the 4 hourly, we're looking at a price target of 53k for Bitcoin. So potentially what you might see in Bitcoin over the coming days to weeks, until that actually plays out, this larger cup and handle on the 4 hourly time frame, is probably something like this. It might roll over, but as long as it tests this neckline and bounces up, then that play is still on for Bitcoin. That price target is still on for Bitcoin. So that could happen in the next few weeks or even months. But that is an interesting play to keep an eye on, guys, on the 4 hourly time frame for Bitcoin. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Buy those dips. So anyway, moving on to 1 inch. As you know, I like to keep an eye on 1 inch. And as you can see, it's currently trading, but I have noticed something in 1 inch, and I just want to draw your attention to it. It is currently trading in this channel, just like I said, that's on the 4 hourly. If we switch to the 15 minute, you can see perfectly trading in this channel. As I have said, you know, look at this, guys. I've said buy down here, sell up here. You know, it's been doing it beautifully in this channel. It broke out a little bit yesterday, but it came back down. It's retesting the base of this channel, and it's just trading in there beautifully. But what I want to draw your attention to on the 4 hourly time frame, which I have noticed, which is a little bit of a bearish signal, to be honest with you. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here, guys, is potentially a head and shoulders pattern play out just here. So this could potentially play out because we have obviously the neckline, the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So if 1 inch was to break this neckline, we could be potentially looking at a dump, guys, down to this level here. So if I mark the price there, down to $3.62, that's a potential play. But again, it's only a retest. I would imagine if we bring up the daily chart and bring out the EMA, you'll see that all it is a simple test of the EMA in an uptrend. And I have told you that in an uptrend, this EMA is crucial, and it always gets retested. As you can see, retested there, retraced. So that is a potential play right down to the EMA, guys, on 1 inch. So that could potentially play out over the next week or so for 1 inch. It's not set in stone. It might not necessarily happen, but it's just something to keep an eye on in the charts, in the price action. If we switch back to the 4 hourly, you can see the EMA is holding it still. It's supporting it really well. But if this neckline gets broken with any substance, then you could expect a sell-off, at least down to this level here, and then I would expect some kind of support and bounce back up for 1 inch. So that's a potential play there with that head and shoulders pattern for 1 inch. That's something to keep an eye on, guys. I'm just going to take a look at chainlink now. So you can see that I said yesterday that chainlink's finding support on this rising channel here, this ascending channel. Some may say it's a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, but we won't know until it plays out a little bit more. But I would expect chainlink to just keep playing in this channel. There's a lot of buying pressure down here, so there's a lot of support for chainlink. And I think that Sergey Nazarov has got a speech today or in the coming days, so you could potentially see some good news coming out for Link, and it could just explode. So I think people are just kind of supporting it. So again, just keep an eye on chainlink. Again, it's being supported by the EMA and on the uptrend. There's some nice 4 hourly green candles there, one after the other. It's currently trading at 25.65. Again, not really a great deal you can say about chainlink. Just keep an eye on it. Don't let it lose this support. If it does, then obviously I've told you the levels of support on the way down. But super bullish on chainlink long term. I'm gonna look at Ethereum, ETH. Again, Ethereum's just broke its all-time high in the past few hours. Again, I'm really bullish. I'm bullish on everything because we're in a bull market. But Ethereum is doing really well. Obviously, it's finding a lot of support. It came down here, bounced off this just under the EMA. It's being supported, and you see this trend line, this upward trending line. It's not even touched it yet, so potentially it could still roll over, touch that and bounce off it as it has done in this entire uptrend. So that's something to keep an eye on. And it might be a healthy correction that's coming because the market does need a bit of a breather. Bitcoin's just absolutely gone ape. So perhaps it does need a breather. It needs to cool off, let the market catch up, let the alts catch up, and sort itself out for the next leg up. So Ethereum, though, it could still potentially break out. It's one of those projects, you know, anything can just happen at any moment. Any bit of news, you may get a bit of news that like Apple's buying Ethereum and not Bitcoin or anything like that. So always keep your ears close to the ground, and it's very unpredictable and volatile. That's why we try to find patterns in the charts, so to speak. The best thing you can do in these uptrends is just buy the dips, as I've stated in previous videos. It's not nice when it's going down, but if you look, it's going down. These are great buy opportunities, brilliant buy opportunities, these, when it touches support. So potentially if it did roll over, you want to be buying here because you know that it's just going to keep bouncing up. This is a full-on bull market, guys, and this is going to be around for at least 6 or 7 months. So, you know, until we see signs of complete bareness, just keep buying those dips, and you can see it is pumping quite nice. It's holding quite well today. So that's Ethereum. It's being supported by the EMA in a complete uptrend, and I still think that we're looking at 3K over the next couple of weeks to a month on Ethereum. So just take a quick look at RSR. So RSR, guys, you know, I've jumped back on RSR. I'm holding RSR. I've bought down here, like I said to you in the previous video. I said this was the local bottom for RSR and that it would just keep going up. I did expect it to hit the previous all-time high already. It's not done that, but you can see it's well on its way. So I would still expect more upside for RSR. Potentially, if the market behaves, you can see what I've forecast there for RSR. But at the moment, if you was to buy in here, which I wouldn't advise because you're on a massive green candle, wait for another dip, but that's entirely up to you. I don't want to tell you what to do. You could even wait for a retrace down here, this local bottom, this bottom, and even if you was to go in here and a retest of the all-time high, you're looking at an 18% trade there, guys, on RSR. So extremely bullish on RSR. As you can see, just consolidating nicely, really, really well. This could, in fact, just be a really, really extended bull flag. It could just be a really, really long bull flag that's playing out over a few weeks. And then when it does break out to the upside, you're looking at a potential, I think we've already actually measured it, that's the measurement there, and you're looking at, I'm going to set the price target up there, looking for a potential 7 cents RSR, which from this point, if we was to measure it from there, it's an 80% trade on RSR, potentially. I'm not telling you what to do, it's not financial advice, guys, just what I see in the charts. So Willy Woo said, after all these years, Bitcoin won yesterday. I'm taking the day off to celebrate Elon's second coming. Damn. So Elon Musk, as you know, everyone knows who Elon Musk is. He changed his bio to Bitcoin a few weeks ago. Bitcoin went up and dumped, but then announced that Tesla are buying Bitcoin, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer for Bitcoin. The game changed yesterday. It's not what it was anymore. Moving forward, Bitcoin is an absolute beast, and the whole market with it. Just shooting over now to CoinsKid.com. Head over there, it's all the crypto prices and any new developments and whatnot. So we can see the market's picking up slightly in the last hour. Bitcoin's picking up a little bit, Ethereum's picking up a little bit. But insane gains, guys, insane gains. If we go to the last 24 hours, you'll see that BitTorrent BTT is up 148%, Terra's up 57%, PancakeSwap, another DeFi project, is up 40%. DigiBuy, that's an old project, that's up 28%. Binance Coin, that's up a whopping 28%. $92. Wow, missed that. Binance Coin, BNB, I thought that was $70 something the last time I looked at it. Jeez, that's flying. So everything's up realistically across the board. If we take a look at the moonshots, you can see here Flash, that's currently trading at 0.5%, only 2.49k volumes. So that's something to be wary of. The potential rug pulls. Always do your own research, but it's up 20% in the last hour. Look at the hot shots. So in the last hour, you see all these are doing really well. Pancake swap's just dipping a little bit. 1 inch is obviously dipping a little bit. It's consolidating. We've just done some TA on 1 inch. That's something to keep an eye on, that head and shoulders pattern, guys. So day hour maker, that's flying out the gate. $2.15, decent volume picking up. Safepal flew out the gate yesterday, 633 million. I think that's trading on Binance. We look at that, that's absolutely flying. Yeah, it is. So if we look at Safepal, yeah, that's just absolutely taking off. I won't necessarily get involved in that just yet. Just wait for it to calm down and see where the market's taking it. Safepal, it's going crazy. If anything on Safepal, as you can see, what it does, it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, and all it's doing is testing the previous all-time high on the dip. So if you look at that, that's a test of the previous all-time high, and you look at this dip here, so potentially we could be looking at a dip down to $1.83 on Safepal. So that's if we was to short just here, be looking at a gain of 14%. If it's around about there roughly, yeah, a 13% short possibility from this point for Safepal. Then obviously for continuation like that. So that's something to keep an eye on Safepal if you was to trade that. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please keep sharing. I love all your comments. Thanks for the feedback, guys. And yeah, keep subbing and keep sharing and doing what you can to help grow the channel. Cheers.